France 24's Jasper Mortimer joins me now live from Turkey, where the grain deal was first negotiated with the UN and Ukraine. And Jasper, although Russia said it was pulling out of the grain deal Saturday, the grain ships are still going to and from Ukraine today. What's going on exactly?
Yes, that is the key question. Russia has withdrawn. Its inspectors are no longer checking the ships going to and from Ukraine, but Russia has not imposed a blockade, and it could easily do so. The Russian Navy is far stronger than the Ukrainian Navy. 12 ships are sailing from Ukraine carrying wheat, and 4 ships are sailing to Ukraine today to pick up grain. Now, if a Russian warship were to fire a shot across the bows of one of those ships, the ships would stop. So the question is basically, why is Russia allowing those ships to sail? And I think it shows that Russia's President Vladimir Putin knows that if those ships stop, the price of wheat will soar, people will go hungry, and the countries where those hungry people live, the countries that depend on Ukrainian grain, will blame Russia. After Russia announced its withdrawal on Saturday, the move was quickly condemned by the United States and the EU. Now, powerful though those countries are, they don't really matter to Putin these days. He sees them as hostile. One of the ships that is sailing from Ukraine today is carrying 40,000 tons of grain for Africa. And African and Asian countries do matter to Putin. He needs their support in international forums. If he stops those ships from sailing, he will lose it.
Jasper, this grain deal that was negotiated again between Turkey, Ukraine, and the UN expires on November 19th. What needs to be done for Russia to agree to renew it?
It has to be made fairer. Today, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said Turkey will work flat out to keep this deal going. But, he said, Russia behaves hesitantly. He used that word because Russia didn't receive the same benefits as Ukraine. Now, this is true. Ukraine makes a lot of money out of this deal. It sold 9.5 million tons of grain underneath this deal. Russia has been getting very little money. The deal only allows Russia to export certain products. Last week, the UN's Antonio Guterres called on Western countries to allow more Russian products to be exported underneath this deal. Now, politically, that's difficult. The West's policy is to tighten sanctions on Russia at the moment, not to loosen them. But if the West wants to, it could make exceptions. And it is clear that both President Erdogan and Secretary General Guterres believe that the deal is so important to the world that exceptions should be made.
Jasper, thank you for that. France 24's Jasper Mortimer in Ankara.